Dr. Lorenzo García Aretio. Is the Professor of Education Theory and Distance Education at the Faculty of Education at ICDE in Spain, and Professor Emeritus since 2015. He recently held a special role as Director for the UNESCO Chair of Distance Education until February of 2021. His academic career includes impressive achievements, such as contributing to 46 books, 18 of which he is the sole author or primary author, as well as dozens of articles in scientific journals and articles related to OFDL field. Dr. Lorenzo García Aretio has participated at different levels in more than 20 research projects, 13 international and 5 national, either as principal investigator or as collaborating researcher. In his support of international knowledge transfer and open access, much of his scientific and dissemination work is available online. He has continuously shared open access documents of interest related to OFDL with the wider community and through social networks. 21 years of his professional life were devoted to university management and governance in different academic positions at ICDE. Whilst his career speaks for itself, it is his outstanding contribution to the development of quality open and distance education within Latin America that brings a uniqueness to the contribution to this field. Dr. Lorenzo García Aretio has supported many educational institutions in this region and contributed to developing quality distance education, receiving 5 honorary doctorates from universities in 5 different Latin American countries, including Costa Rica, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, and Ecuador. Dr. Lorenzo García Aretio represents the true spirit of not only the field of OFDL, but also of the key values that lie at the heart of ICDE, knowledge sharing and support to development of OFDL across borders. We'd now like to welcome Dr. García Aretio to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President of ICDE, Mr. Rector of UNID, directors, authorities, and participants in this great event. Congratulations to the other awardees. I am immensely grateful and very excited to receive the highest award from the world's oldest and most prestigious distance education organization, the ICDE. Among the nominations submitted for a lifetime of excellence in distance education, I was selected. I could never have imagined such a thing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, I would like to personalize my thanks to someone here present, Dr. Angeles Sanchez Elvira, who, as Director of the UNESCO Chair of Distance Education of the UNED, took the initiative without my knowledge to present my candidacy for this award. This idea was immediately endorsed and enthusiastically supported by the rectorate of my university. Thank you, Angeles. Thank you, UNED of Spain, for this initiative. Since the creation of ICDE, it has taken 24 years for this prize to be awarded to a Spanish-speaking teacher and researcher, and there are quite a few of us in the world. In 1999, when these awards were launched, 2 fathers of the foundations of distance education, Börje Holmberg and Otto Peters, were honored. From them I drank, from them I learned in the decades of the late 70s and 80s. There I was forced to learn to read printed text in English. Google was not yet working, as you can imagine. After 24 years of history of these awards, today we have a Spanish speaker awarded with this outstanding recognition. Let me dedicate this glory, this moment, to so many Ibero-American colleagues who fight for quality teaching and research in distance education, who are theoretics, technologists, or practitioners of this modality. This award of excellence is also for them, for the colleagues of the UNIDI of Spain, for those of the UNIDI of Costa Rica, for those of other distance universities in Latin America, for those who work in so many good distance programs from on-site universities. For all of them goes this award. I have been recognized for the excellence of my career in the field. That is to say, you have rewarded me for being happy during 50 years, working and fighting for the quality of my passion, for the quality of distance education. Is there any greater satisfaction? With study, practice, and a lot of will, during the last 4 decades, I have tried to help consolidate the foundations, structures, possibilities, models, methodologies of distance education, sometimes with more, sometimes with less success, because I always found a lot of resistance to change. My dissertation tomorrow at the UNID will focus on this issue of resistance. I invite you, if you can, to participate. I, who speak to you in Spanish from Costa Rica for Hispanic countries, allow me to vindicate the language of Cervantes, the Spanish language, the second or third most widely spoken in the world according to some indicators. To vindicate it, I say, as a vehicle also for scientific communication, for the construction of scientific knowledge, for its diffusion and dissemination. Dear Spanish-speaking colleagues, without ceasing to research and publish in English, being today the third most used language on the internet, we must make ourselves even more visible on the network, but with academic and rigorous work on the subject at hand, because we are many, and many do very good things. The RAD, the Inter-American Journal of Distance Education, which I had the pleasure of founding on behalf of ICDE and of which I am director and editor, is now in quartile 1 of the JCR and Scopus. Well, starting with the issue that is now being prepared, it will become a bilingual journal. All its articles will appear in English, but all, and always, also in Spanish. I believe that this is the way forward. Dear friends, thank you for this unforgettable moment of glory and emotion that you have just given me. And tomorrow, as I said, will be another great day in my life. The UNID is organizing the solemn act of investiture honoris causa. With the permission of the rector, I would be delighted to have the presence of those who can attend. Anyway, what a 2 days. I will never forget Costa Rica. I will always carry you in my heart. Well, after the days that you have been debating distance education, allow me, Mr. President, allow me authorities to say that since I am so happy, so excited, so enthusiastic, I would like to celebrate with all of you with 3 hoorays for our passion for distance education. I will say distance education. You will say hooray. I will say again distance education. You will shout twice. Hooray. I will say again distance education. You will shout 3 times hooray. Distance education, hooray! Distance education, hooray! Hooray! Distance education, hooray! Hooray! Hooray!